All right, let's dive right in. Today, we are going to tackle something super exciting, how you can take all that repetitive, kind of mind-numbing digital work you do and transform it into a completely automated system. We're going to walk through step by step how to use this new kind of AI tool called Claude Co-work. Ready? Let's get into it. So let me just start by asking you a question. What is your single biggest digital time waster? Is it that feeling of typing the exact same instructions into a chatbot over and over and over again? Or maybe it's that 10 minutes you lose every single time just dragging and dropping files into the right folders after an AI gives you an answer. These little things, they add up, right? And they are exactly the kind of friction we are going to completely eliminate today. Okay, so to really get started, we have to understand that Claude Co-work is not just another chatbot. This is the big idea. It's a fundamental shift in how we think about using AI. Most of us, we're used to talking to an AI, having a conversation. This is a totally different beast.
So what is it exactly? Well, here's the core definition. The key words to focus on here are agentic, workspace, and multi-step tasks. It's agentic because it acts on your behalf. It's not just talking, it's doing. It uses a dedicated workspace, which is just a folder on your actual computer, not some window in a browser. And it crushes multi-step tasks, which basically means you give it the final goal and it figures out all the little steps to get there.
And this table just lays it out so perfectly. It really helps clarify the different roles. Think of it this way. Claude Chat is like your quick-witted assistant for brainstorming. Claude Code is your super technical developer buddy. But Claude Co-work, its role is an employee. You assign it work, you give it files, and it gets the job done. Grasping this one difference is, well, it's everything. And this quote right here just nails it. Let this one sink in for a second. You are not trying to sweet-talk a chatbot into giving you the right answer. No, you are the manager. You are defining an outcome, and you are delegating that task to be completed. As soon as you make that mental switch, the whole tool just clicks into place. It becomes so much more powerful. Okay, enough with the theory. Let's get our hands dirty. We're going to walk through your very first delegated task right now. It's a simple, real-world example that'll show you just how easy it is to take that first step and see results almost immediately. So just picture a folder on your desktop that's a total mess of invoices. You got PDFs, screenshots, all jumbled together. The process is this easy. You make a folder, you connect it to the app, and then you give it one clear, simple instruction. Notice you're not telling it how to do everything step by step. You're just describing what done looks like. Organized folders and a spreadsheet with the data. Co-work takes it from there. Now, to get those kinds of great results every single time, there's a little secret sauce. And it's all about a tiny bit of one-time setup. This isn't about learning complex prompt engineering. It's just about building a solid foundation, a structured workspace that the AI can understand and use reliably. And look, the setup is incredibly easy. First, you'll need a paid plan. The Pro plan is perfectly fine to get started. Then, download the desktop app because this all happens right on your computer. Then, and this is super important, create one clean, dedicated folder for it to use. Don't just point it at your messy downloads folder. Connect that workspace and you are good to go. Now let's peek inside that workspace. You're just going to create these three simple folders. Context is for all the stuff it needs to remember about you permanently. Projects is where you'll drop the files for the task you're working on right now. And output is, you guessed it, where all the finished work goes. This super simple structure gives the AI a clear system to follow every single time. And inside that context folder, you're going to create these three little text files. Think of this like giving your new AI employee a permanent onboarding briefing. About Me tells it who you are. Brand Voice tells it how you like to communicate. And Working Preferences tells it exactly how you want your finished work delivered. You write these just once, and you never have to repeat yourself again. Okay, now for a killer pro tip. Inside the app settings, you'll find a spot for Global Instructions. All you have to do is put in this one simple sentence. This basically tells Co-work to automatically read its briefing and your preferences every single time it starts a new job. It's the set it and forget it step that makes this whole system hum. So, you've run a task, it worked perfectly. That is awesome. But the real power, the real magic, comes from what you do next. Now we're going to look at how to turn that successful one-off job into a completely reusable, automated skill. So think about that invoice sorting task we just did. It worked like a charm, and you got a fantastic result. But here's the kicker. That single success isn't just a one-and-done thing. It's actually the blueprint. It's the prototype for a fully automated system that you can run forever. And turning that blueprint into a real system is so simple, it's almost funny. Once a task works, you literally just tell Co-work, turn that exact process into a reusable skill. Give it a simple name, and boom, you now have an automated employee who knows how to do that job perfectly. And from there, you can schedule it. I mean, imagine that invoice report just appearing on your desktop every Friday at 9 a.m. No prompt, no click, zero effort. That's the dream, right?
Now, one really important heads up here, this is not a cloud service. For all your scheduled tasks to run, the desktop app has to be open and your computer needs to be on. It's a small detail, but it's crucial for making sure your automations actually happen when you expect them to.
All right, let's bring this all home. We've gone from one little task to a full workspace and even scheduled automation. What we've really done is build an entirely new productivity system, and it's all based on having the right mental model. And here is that mental model boiled down perfectly. Use chat when you need an assistant to help you think. Use code when you need a developer to build something technical. But when you just need an employee to delegate to so you can get work finished, that is the job for Co-work.
And to make sure you get off to a flying start, here are the 4 most common trip-ups to avoid. Number 1, don't chat with it, delegate to it. Don't use messy folders, use that clean structure we talked about. Don't repeat huge tasks by hand, turn them into skills. And of course, don't forget the app has to be running for your schedules to work. If you avoid these, you'll be way ahead of the game.
So that brings us to the end, and I'll just leave you with this one question. Think about your actual day-to-day work. The reporting, the organizing, the summarizing, all that stuff. What is that one repetitive task that you are going to delegate and automate first? Thanks for tuning in.